What happens during the transcendental meditation? As it has been explained by the doctor, the prefrontal cortex, which is the higher human values of it, you have a RCBF. I mean, the blood flow is more during the transcendental meditation, whereas amygdala and hippocampus, both the parts, 25% blood circulation is reduced. That means higher human values are being promoted. I mean, getting the good supply of this thing. But whereas even if you got anger and all that, automatically during the transcendental meditation, that goes off. This slide I had taken from the doctor himself. There are neurochemical changes during meditation. Almost all of these things, you have blissful chemicals increasing during the meditation itself, and whereas the cortisol, which are, which are negative effects on the bodies, they're all this reduced. This happens to each and every meditation. And when deeper than the deepest rest provided by the transcendental meditation, it eliminates the buildup of stress, strain, and tension. So it improves the health, self-healing response from the cellular level, and provides the basis for dynamic and productive, satisfying and fulfilling activities of the brain physiologically or mentally. And now we have something. It is our choice to reinforce the habits, to make our new ones or not. If you want to just make this thing, once you transcend it, determination, effortless, naturalness, and this gives a new dimension for the brain to go into the full development of the total brain. Intention, imagination, intuition, emotions, belief, thoughts, and visualization, all these things are imbibed in the transcending, and then they have the peak performances and have a complete control of your own normal, common, natural, physiological state of your body. Every time when you do it, the first time right thing and the bullseye every time can be achieved by any sports person by practicing transcendental meditation. And your biological age, which is a much more important question, we say age factor. Generally, after 40 years, 50 years, we see our seniors having AVP, audio visual perceptual levels reducing it. That is due to prefrontal cortex. At the age of younger age, teenage time, prefrontal cortex is always thin. But whereas as the age goes on, it becomes thin. Once it becomes thin, you have a problem with audio or visual or even the memory powers. But it has been tested on llamas. Llamas meditate for thousands of hours. For your information, Dalai Lama has already meditated more than 30,000 hours in his life. The llamas, when it has been tested, their prefrontal cortex is very thick as a young boy, even after 80 years or 100 years. That means they are able to perform all their physiological things on their own till the last, which our normal common people are unable to do it. This we call age factor. With the meditation of transcendental meditation, you can just come over of it. All the, negativities of your old age by 99%. You can have an younger biological age itself. For that, the proof is right in front of you. I am 1946 born, as you all know. But the doctors for the last 2 years back, they had tested me physically, mentally. 4 different medical colleges, senior surgeons, and certified me that I am 53, as per biological age. This is, we call it age reversal. During meditation, the metabolic rate automatically drops, hence process of aging will be slow from the cellular level. Most of the meditators look much younger than their counterparts. Biological age of meditator is always less. Millions of cells are dying for every work you do, either physical or mental, everything in the human body. The regenerated and revitalized cells will give rise to the new cells for a better quality for all the meditators. And the cell, lifespan also increases during the meditation for the meditators. Levels of the mind for the deeper. And this is the total brain functioning. During the transcendental meditation, you see the neurons are just, communicating with themselves, front and back, left and right, and they have a total, this is after 30 seconds of TM practice, you have the total brain communicating with each other faster in their this thing, and they are vibrantly working together with wakefulness. In one stroke transcendental meditation, the mind and body are regenerated, revitalized, regenerated, and enlivened. Then you can play tennis, work in the garden, read a book, go to fishing. Because you could do it because you are never having any stress in your life. For information, meditation is only the most effective form of relaxation. It not only relaxes body and mind, but also enlivens natural healing from cellular level, nourishing body, mind with vital energy, peace, and happiness. Fulfillment. When the heart is blossomed with experience of inner happiness, when the intellect is satisfied for all its intellectual, inquisitive doubts and inquiries, the knowledge, experience, and wisdom, they complement each other. Then the fulfillment results. That means you have to fathom the infinity in any field of discipline to just have fulfillment for your life in any discipline of human endeavor. Dhyana Moolam, transcendence, supreme of all virtues, highest of all austerities, and the greatest of all purifications is meditation. This is being proved across. And it provides restful alertness, source of infinite natural energy, creativity, intelligence, and self-healer. This is the only path for fulfillment and to go to the higher levels of consciousness or transcendence. Transcendence is self-referral, it's a vacuum energy and ground state of unified fields. Myelination. From the age of 12 years to 25 years, the brain starts developing. Pruning of the brain and myelination will help in developing total integrated brain. This is ideally schooling to the university stage. PFC, CEO, Chief Executive Officer, prefrontal cortex, the executive functions of the whole brain. Unfortunately, stress impedes the development of total brain functioning. The first and the foremost of the transcendental meditation, it releases the stresses and strain from the total nervous system completely without our own knowledge naturally. You can see the brain before and after 10 minutes of meditation. Okay. Transcending is essential for the brain's full development. If you want the full development of this, transcending is essential, that's all. The brain is like a muscle, it's a muscle. When we train it, it becomes stronger. If we neglect it, it will shrink. Use it or lose it. We only use a small portion of our brain potential, as we evidently forgot how to train our brain and increase its capacity. Brain's training is transcendence. Brain and gyrification. Meditation increases the gray matter, cortical thickness, and gyrification leading to neuroplasticity, which Dr. knows it far better and will explain it further. Neuroplasticity is defined as the ability of the brain to positively change structurally and functionally as we age. It is health, that is the real wealth, and not the pieces of gold and silver. That's what Mahatma Gandhi says. Human knowledge, how it's just being generated. Knowledge is collected, how the information goes. 83% through our sensory objects of eyes, 11% by hearing, 3.5% smell, 1.5% touch, and the taste 1%. We gather the information and send it for a computation, hypothesized memory processing, encoding, consolidation, retrieval, all these things takes place, and finally it is just giving a shape for motor system, something what it has to be, output has to be done. Now come, transcending the thinking process. While transcending the thinking process, we are transcending all these departments, and when the main source of it, you will during the transcendental the meditation, you find absence of space, absence of body, absence of your mind, absence of your space, at the same time causation as well. So you do not know where you are experiencing without the experiencer. So this is a unique form which is going to give you the inner source of energy, creativity, intelligence, and pure awareness, which are all there within each and every human being. It may not be Einstein. Every common man's normal brain is having all these qualities are within. Only thing, we have to go to the source of it and bring it back to the normal active life. The highest cognition controls. Whenever you take a focused attention, other meditations, a gamma rays are produced 20 to 50 hertz, and it is using cognition control highest. The second varieties of meditation, that's open monitoring. That also uses, and theta rays are produced 6 to 8 hertz. Whereas in transcending, we are producing alpha 1 rays, which is a peculiar, 8 to 10 hertz. And what is the benefit of it? Let us see what is that. Next, energy consumption while meditating. Focused attention, like other meditation, gamma ray is good, it is the highest. And the second variety, that's the open monitoring. That same, this thing is also there in the middle. Whereas transcendence is the lowest for energy consumption as well. Now let's go for the effort used. Focused attention, again, uses the highest. Open monitoring second, and this automatic self-transcending is the lowest level of effort because it's an effortless process. You see all the meditation like Zen meditation, compassion meditation, Qigong, Diamond Valley, Buddhism meditation, Vipassana, they all fall into the first one. The second one, Zazen, mindfulness, Sahaja Yoga, Qigong, Kriya Yoga, Yoga Nidra, all fall into the open monitoring. Self-transcending is transcendental meditation, and 2 cases of Qigong meditation, which are experts which have done about 20 years of meditation, they fall into the category of TM. What is the ultimate of what is the 8 to 10 alpha of this thing? That is inner wakefulness. The frequency cycle is what is a cognitive process of inner wakefulness, which is unique for the transcendental meditation alone. Alpha 1 activity. The signature for TM is alpha ray, just like Samadhi. A state of very high amplitude alpha coherence. Here is the picture of whole brain with alpha coherence. In transcendence, there is something unique as in Samadhi. The total brain experience is the transcending and the whole brain functioning in a consorted, highly integrated, cohesive, highly coordinated and synchronized fashion. That means there is no question of doing any kind of wrong. This is what we call it wakefulness. While doing this, what happens? Inner energy, creativity, intelligence, and natural healing all just comes from the pure conscious level, that is the silence at the place, to the normal, common understanding. The bloom comes from within. Life, when it comes from within, it will have an enlightening our livelihood. But whereas if it comes from outside anything, like let us take an egg. If you break it from outside, it is used only for omelette. But if the egg is broken from inside, chicken comes, life is coming. It means something new is coming. That means anything comes from within your cellular system or natural system, that will always have a better thing. Now, when we are going to the deeper than the deepest stress provided by the transcendental meditation, it will be a build-up of stress and strain. So all the concepts of the natural law will help, and the creativity from the mental and physical side also will be the maximum. Now let's go for the sleep. Mind, body, and spirit. These three are unique. These things, when they unite together, what happens? During the transcendental meditation, all the three fall in line together, and it helps. It erases the stress from and anxiety from the cellular level, and it helps us sleep highest way, the best way, and the sleep time can also be reduced. So the bloom from within starts. Healthy self is heal thyself. If your body is healthy, your self is healthy, automatically it heals thyself from within. There is a metallurgical department inside your own body, which just produces every kind of what you call medicine which is required for the body itself. Consciousness. Let us not discuss it. It has to be perceived. Consciousness is absolute, non-changing, does not come from anywhere, does not go anywhere. It is unity and diversity at the same time, unmanifest and manifest also. The definition of consciousness is by the factors that consciousness exists. The ability to become conscious of something. Origin of consciousness. Matter exists. The theories are various, but we can perceive this consciousness. Why we are talking about a consciousness? The transcendental meditation is transcendental consciousness based. The future of anything intellect is the conscious based, which has been proved by many people, and many seers also predicted that future is with the consciousness. Self-awareness. When the self remains all by itself, it is aware of itself. This is self-awareness or self-consciousness. This is self-realization. What you have to do for that? And only to stop realizing, thinking from within and see that I do not go to sleep. Simple. What is finally happens for these things? When a human being is calm and quiet and then having a peace, and then the whole family starts meditating, a peace also starts, the family is peaceful. The society also becomes peaceful once they start meditating. If every human being in the world is a peaceful, this world becomes peaceful. The ultimate goal of this thing is transforming the whole world into peace and full of activity. In the vicinity of yoga, unified consciousness, hostile tendencies are eliminated. That's what Maharishi Patanjali says. We all have ill-equipped concepts and misplaced priorities for all the human beings. Man sacrifices in order to make money, just to enjoy luxuries. Distances himself from the basic principles of living in tune with the nature. We run away from the nature. Then he sacrifices money to recuperate health. So, he anxious about the future that he does not enjoy the present. The result being that he does not live in the present nor in the future. He lives as if he's never going to die. And then he dies having never lived. This is the actual fact of life. Absolute truths. Having taken birth, death is certain. Life is governed by natural law, the Veda. Problems and sufferings all due to violation of natural law only. To be fit for life, learn transcendence, one single technique to enjoy full potential of life in the present. A child born cannot return to the womb. In evolutionary process, everyone has to realize his own soul and then liberate the soul, either today or tomorrow, devoid of any religion. The tomorrow may be next generation or many more generations to come. And I have given the 10 commandments in this thing. That is the total gist what I have just said about the transcendental meditation. I have been made 10 points which are easy for you people to just go through. We need not repeat that. No problem. This is all the dynamic brain mappings and all that. It's all scientific. There is no philosophy now about any kind of meditation. All the meditations are no more a philosophy. It's a science. No, come on.